cheese pie, chachochbili, simmered chicken with walnuts, fried quail with mushrooms, tzvadi, stewed meat cooked on a grill, fish angled in a pure mountain river. Ecologically sound food plus fresh mountain air disclose the secrets of Georgians' longevity. At such occasions, old wine is necessarily served. This is also a tradition for Georgians. There is a particular significance in the coexistence of the old and the new. People say that 2 centuries ago, hunters chasing a deer came across a cold spring in the forest. Since then, people have been consuming this mineral water. Presently, Sairme is a famous resort with comfortable hotels, high-class medics, and up-to-date infrastructure. It is situated 950 meters above the sea level and 56 kilometers from Kutaisi. In Sairme, mountain and sea climates merge. Therefore, its traits are particular for the effective treatment of various diseases. Local mineral waters are ideal for the treatment of kidney and diuretic. Besides, it has very positive effects concerning the problems associated with stomach, intestines, liver, and metabolism. The spa resort Sairme, famous for its waters of unique chemical composition, with its fascinating landscape and mild climate, attracts visitors round the year. According to the legend, a shepherd who suffered from joint disease was pasturing his cows. Occasionally, he came across a pool of warm water. He put his aching legs in it and felt amazing relaxation. Miracles started to happen since then. Patients who had come with crutches to Skaltuba went back without them, on their own. This diversely wholesome resort has been particularly famous with its thermal redonic mineral baths. They are transparent and scentless. When you take the bath, you feel pleasure and comfort. Some decades ago, the Red Tyrant Joseph Stalin improved his health here. A bath was built personally for him. The pleasant water, almost of the same temperature as of a human body, can take over up to 60 various diseases faster and more effectively than any strong medicine. Skaltuba was one of the most popular resorts in the former Soviet Union. Some of the hotels of impressive architecture have retained the rooms with the interior characteristic of the communist rule. There, a visitor can perfectly perceive the way of life of communist leaders. Skaltuba is situated in only 10 kilometers distance from Kutaisi. Beside the spa resort, Skaltuba impresses visitors with amazing places. Sataplia Reserve is situated in 5 kilometers distance from Skaltuba and 7 kilometers from Kutaisi. In the beginning, visitors see a conservation facility constructed above the trails of dinosaurs. On 2 terraces, the trails of herbivorous stegosaurs weighing 4 tons and 15 meters long gigantic predators, tyrannosaurs, have been illuminated. 120 million years ago, they pastured here at the seaside. The trails were discovered by a local teacher and natural scientist, Petre Chabukiani. His name is also associated with Sataplia's beautiful karst cave. A path shadowed by beech trees brings a visitor to the Jurassic Park, in which one can find unique species of ants, included in the Red Book of Georgia. The Jurassic Park makes sure that you will see dinosaurs. The path will take you to the edge of the Rocky Mountain. Here, for centuries, there has been the population of honeybees. This is why the place is called Sataplia. The Georgian for honey is tapli. The cave is a pearl of Sataplia Reserve. For 30 million years, the small river Ogaskura has made its way in the corridors of the cave. The process of the growth of some of the stalactites has been over. Nature has made it perfect. A visitor will discover a tower here. Others may view animals, birds, or even a theater curtain in them. You have to just let your fantasy loose. In the Heart Hall, visitors are fascinated by a huge heart-shaped stalagmite. For million years, a stalactite above has been feeding the stalagmite with a water rich in calcites. In the heart-shaped stalagmite, there is a naturally made pocket. They say that if you put your hand in it, it will make your dreams come true. The path in the cave is 309 meters long, and the temperature in it is always 14 degrees. After leaving the cave, visitors are welcomed by an exotic cafeteria offering to spend a pleasant time in the exotic landscape. The exhibition hall tells about the history of the Earth. One of the most spectacular places in Sataplia Reserve is on top of the rock looking over to Kutaisi. It has a glass floor and it is in the air 10 meters from the ground. Visitors can be pleased by viewing the wonderful landscape of Kolkhi's lowland. The indivisible part of the Kolkhi's landscape is the mountain of Khvamli, looking over to the whole plain from the north of the Caucasus range. The legend of Prometheus becomes alive here. It was this rock where Zeus tied the human hero. Downwards, there is another cave, bringing us closer to the adventures of Prometheus and the Argonauts. It is the Argonauts Hall that welcomes visitors in the beginning. The next hall is called Hephaestus Agristeron. It is illuminated in the fiery red color. A 24 meters deep vertical well takes a visitor to wonderful underground lakes, like from Olympus to the earth. In the cave, the path takes you to 15 holes. Among them, one is named after Medea, and it is guarded by an underground cyclops. Here too, like Aiet's daughter's character, the stalactites have extraordinary shapes, contrary to the laws of physics. The stalactites of the Prometheus cave attract scholars' attention owing to some other reasons as well. 49 or 53,000 years ago, during Ice Age on the Earth, when water turned into ice everywhere, stalactites kept growing in this cave. The visit to the cave takes up to 40 minutes and visitors walk a mile's distance. Stalactites resembling Hera, golden waterfalls, Colchian soldiers of Colchic palaces, and a beauty spring which, according to a legend, removes wrinkles. The cave is one of the richest in Europe. With its dimensions, diversity of solidifications, significance of underground rivers, and variety of landscapes, it represents the international tourist standard of the greatest caves in the world. Prometheus Hall is the largest of all, with its magnificent space and rich shapes, where you can watch a phantom show with the mix of light and music. Iberia Hall is the final point of the tour. In it, a brilliant Christmas tree gives you optimist and best impressions. Since times immemorial, Georgia has been the most significant transport corridor between Europe and Asia. Most vividly, it is perceivable in Vani, in 35 kilometers distance from Kutaisi. Here, archaeologists discovered a Colchic archaeopolis of the antiquity period. Unique artifacts say that there have been close trade relationships with India and Greece. It was the place through which the Great Silk Road passed from the east to the Black Sea. In 1984, the English scholar and traveler Tim Severin repeated the Argonauts expedition in Colchis by the exact copy of the ship Argo. It was proved that it was not just a myth. Colchis was a country rich of gold. Unique Colchic forged artifacts dating back to the 8th-5th centuries BC can still fascinate their viewers all over the world. Georgia still performs a function of a transport corridor, and for your trip to Georgia, the location of Kutaisi is one of the most helpful. It has an airport and a railway station. It will take you 2.5 hours to reach Tbilisi, capital of Georgia. It will take you even less to get to Batumi, the central city of beautiful Adjara and the Black Sea coast. And it will take you an hour to get to the port of Poti. For those willing to visit Svaneti, Kutaisi is the most successful starting point as far as you will travel along exotic landscapes. With the Svan architecture, customs and traditions, and folklore, even time itself seems to hold on for a while in the mountains. Emirati, abounding in beautiful landscapes, arouses unprecedented feelings in visitors. Nature has demonstrated its taste by creating the complex of fountains in the gorge of the small river Okatse. Not far away from here, in the village of Gordi, Khoni district, and near Martvili in Megrelia, there are some other impressive natural landmarks. Nobody knows when these canyons emerged. Here, scholars study calcareous rocks of the Upper Cretaceous period. They discovered remains of sea animals. 70 million years ago, the area was covered with the sea, and dinosaurs used to spend their time here. To have a trip to Georgia starting from Kutaisi means to see the unique monuments of the ancient country, to enjoy spectacular views and fascinating landscapes, to spend time in wonderful resorts in the mountains and at the seaside, to get acquainted with Georgian cuisine and to taste legendary wines. The old city of this ancient nation welcomes you.